Well, hi ho, folks, and welcome back to the adventures of Turwinkle, the Gnome Mage. Well, hi, Turwinkle.
Salutations.
Are you all set for tonight?
Indubitably.
Well, great, because tonight, as you can see, we're in Stormwind, we're at the docks, and we're going to be talking with House Drache. And so, without further ado, Turwinkle, let us go and find them, because this should be a great interview.
Hooray!
All right, let's go do that. Alrighty, folks. Well, we found him here, House Drache, and right at the front here we have the guild leader, Lisa von Drache, the Archduchess of the guild. She's a level 90 Lordanian human paladin and is currently doing stuff. Well, hello.
Hi.
It's so wonderful for you folks to take the time to talk with Turwinkle tonight. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for taking the time to interview us and talk to us.
You bet. So let us see here who you brought with you. So I guess let me get Turwinkle over there. And let's see, go ahead and I'm going to have you introduce these fine folks for us. So starting right on the left here, if you would.
All right, on our left we have Lord Samuel James Sawyer. He's a tattoo artist, heir of House Sawyer and Dragon Wing of House Drache.
Oh, excellent. He's also a level 71 human paladin, and we're going to have to find out about the tattoo artist thing a little later. So that sounds very interesting. And next...
Next we have Scarlet Letter Belmont. She is a Dragonclaw of House Drache, level 90 Gilnean rogue, and she's doing stuff like a boss.
Oh, awesome. And nickname Red Scar Scarlet Harlot. Okay. Wonderful. And next?
Next we have Lord Kenric Terran, Lord Commander, Weapon Master, Argent Crusader, Fanged Mace, nicknamed Ken Onk Connect Onk Acres, Gentle Giant of House Terran, and he is Dragon Wing of House Drache, and a level 90 Gilnean warrior.
All right.
He is alert, watchful, quiet, smile on his...
All right, excellent. It's good meeting you, sir. And we'll come over to the other side here and go ahead and start with the person right behind you.
Alright, that's Lord Joros Ankarad. I think I said that right. Lord of Tyr's Hand, Margrave of the North. He's Margrave of House Drache. And he's level 86 human warrior. Currently, flecks of blood cover his armor. He seems quite cheerful.
Okay, so blood on his armor, but he's cheerful. Okay. Dexter. Okay, next.
Next we have Reyna Anils, nicknamed Silver Bullet. She's Dragon Wing of House Drache. She's level 88 human paladin and can't stop smiling.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you, Rena. And last but certainly not least...
This is Derek Ironfield, Iron Fist Alchemist, Fisticuffs Aficionado of House Drache, ostensibly. He's military of House Drache and a level 90 human monk.
All right, currently in a good mood. Probably. Okay, love that. Well, wonderful. You've brought an excellent group of folks with you today. And so, folks, when we come back, we're going to start learning about this wonderful guild. And we are back. And so, Lisa, House Drache, how did you come up with that name?
Well, to be honest, I didn't. I joined the guild on an alt character who was just there to be in the guild with a friend. And my friend owned the guild and came up with it. But he decided he didn't want to run it, or he had other obligations and handed it off to me.
Oh, wow. So so you kind of took charge of a guild that you just had an alt character in. That's wonderful. how did you feel at the time when that was kind of thrust on you?
Uh, I didn't really want it, but I had a level 25 guild on the side already that wasn't really doing anything, so I just paid for a name change on my other guild and moved everybody over. And at this point, I'm absolutely loving it.
All right, Lisa, what would you consider the guild to be? Is it a heavy, medium, or light RP guild?
It's a medium RP guild.
Okay, so you don't focus heavily just solely on RP. You guys do other things as well then?
Yeah, we do anything from like dungeons. We don't really PvP, but we quest together. We run around, do stupid stuff.
Well, I'm sure your members might disagree. It might not all be stupid stuff, but I'm sure let's just say fun stuff. So, as part of a house guild, what is your RP story then?
RP wise, House Drache was a Lordoranian house that fell with Lordaeron, and it was resurrected by, I think it was Volker or Vladimir. Like I said, I didn't come in until later, but it was resurrected, and now we're trying to help in aiding bringing back the Kingdom of Lordaeron.
Oh, wonderful. And so, as far as your own RP, how does that fit into your guild? How does Lisa von Drache, what is her part in that RP?
Lisa von Drache was actually created simply to take over this guild, and she was the daughter of the last lord who fell with the Lordaeron. So she came back to take over what was rightfully hers.
Okay, wonderful. Excellent. So, folks, when we come back, we'll get a little more into that history and we'll talk more with this wonderful, wonderful house guild. So, we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, and we are back. And so, as far as the history of House Drache, how long were they a house of Lordaeron? Since the beginning?
Yeah, I believe we decided it was since the beginning of Lordaeron they were a house.
Okay, and so when Lordaeron fell, do you find yourself stationed here in Stormwind solely then?
We actually are stationed up in Tyr's Hand. We use that as our RP hub a lot. We used to be in Fenris, but because of other guilds using it, we didn't want to get too much confliction with them, so we left.
Okay, so you went to Tyr's Hand, and how do you enjoy doing your RP there?
It's interesting. It's kind of out there, so a lot of us just kind of hang out in Stormwind now.
All right, so do you hold guild meetings and whatnot there and recruit here in Stormwind?
Yeah, we always have our guild meetings up there. We have a little space that we use, and we call it our meeting hall.
All right, wonderful. And so, folks, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about how you would get into House Drache. So we'll be right back with that. And we are back, folks. And while we were away, we had someone show up here. And so, Lisa, introduce this new fine fellow for us, would you?
Alright, this is Marvin, the Ventus Gorn. He's the Dragonwing Captain, Honor Guard, and XSI-7. He's the Dragonwing leader of House Drache, level 60, human rogue, and his nicknames are Mar and Vinny.
All right, well, excellent. Thank you for joining us tonight, sir.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Now, let me ask you a quick question. Level 60 human rogue, is this a new character for you?
Depends on how you want to define new. I'm kind of lazy about leveling, really.
Do you find that you RP more than you level?
Yeah, I use leveling more of a device to get better gear, just for the looks I'm going for at the time.
Well, sure. Excellent. Well, again, thank you for joining us tonight.
Not a problem.
All right. Well, Lisa, I am a new player. I've seen this episode on the adventures of Turwinkle the Gnome Mage, and I'm interested in joining House Drache. Who do I have to talk to get into the guild?
Well, you can talk to absolutely anyone in the guild. Everybody can invite. We have a out of character slot for people who want to join, make sure they can get along with the guild members because that's very important to us. And they once they're in, they can set up an interview with one of the officers, either Kenrick, Marvin, Ankarad, Samuel, and Rena. I've been corrected. Can do it as well, or they can get a hold of me. I have a lot of alts, so I'm always on.
Oh, wonderful. So the out of character slot is kind of a probationary situation, then, is it?
Kind of probationary, or it can be just if you have an alt you want in the guild but don't want it to be part of the House Drache, they can come hang out, and that way we can all stay together.
Wonderful. And so, how long do you put someone in a probationary period? How long does that last?
It can last up to a week. It really depends on when we're able to get them into an in-character interview and everything.
All right. So, do you do both? Do you do in character and out of character interviews?
We do mostly in character, but we will watch how you interact with the others of the guild because we want everybody to get along both in character and out of character.
And that is very important, I think, for any guild, is that everybody get along and there's no drama. It makes for a better environment entirely. And so, what do you look for in players? Do they have to be a certain level?
Level really doesn't matter. We will take anybody as long as they have a sense of humor because our guild is very humorous. And they have to be able to get along with everybody, like I said. Mostly they don't have to level very fast, and we have characters as low as 20s. So it doesn't really matter. We're mostly just looking for people who want to have a good time.
Okay. Do you have an age restriction on the people that can join the guild?
We prefer 18 plus.
All right. And why put it at 18 plus?
Because the guild can get a little out of hand sometimes.
Okay. Well, that is perfectly fine. There's a lot of guilds that want to restrict that kind of activity to those that are mature enough to handle uh, the kind of humor and events that you guys are doing. So that's perfectly fine. Well, wonderful. So, folks, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about what happens getting into the guild and what happens once you're in. So we'll be right back with those questions. And we are back. All right, Lisa, I have made it through the probationary period. You guys love Turwinkle. And so what kind of rules do you have that I have to follow now that I'm in the guild?
Well, first off, I have to say, of course, we love Turwinkle, and of course he'd make it through. But rules basically don't do anything to embarrass the house. I mean, if you're going to do it, take your colors off pretty easily. We don't really have very many rules, though, as I'm being told, because that's... Okay, I guess Mara will kill you if there's rules.
Okay. So you keep it pretty simple, basically. I imagine you just keep it to the golden rule: respect those around you, and then you will be in turn respected. Is that correct?
Yes, respect's a big thing, and I'm being told that I have to say don't be a Jax, which is a character that went around and was very disrespectful.
Okay, well that's certainly that's certainly good advice. I think for any guild, you'll find that seems to be the main theme that runs through most of the guild interviews that I've done, is that what you're looking for when you're in a guild from your guild members is everyone to treat everyone with respect and just to have fun. So wonderful. Uh, Now, as far as ranks, where would I start as a new person?
As a new person, you start off as commoner, which basically doesn't have anything really. You don't work in the military, you aren't part of the Dragon Wing, you're not part of the Dragon Claw, and you're not like one of the head officers. Commoner is just basically anybody who fits into the guild but does not um, have much responsibility.
Okay, and so how do you advance? What's the next rank after that?
After commoner is military, at which point you would fall under one of the Margraves, which right now we only have Ankarad. We have 2 people in the running to become a Margrave. After Margrave, or after military, we have the Dragon Claw and Dragon Wing. They're both on par with each other. They are Dragon Wing is the personal guard of Lisa von Drache, and they have to be present at all times when she's within the city. And their captain would be Marvin, and co-captain is actually Kenrick. And then for Dragon Claw, we don't have, well, I think we have Selnessa right now as our leader for that, and they are the information gatherers, and they do scouting and spying and what have you.
Okay, and what is a Margrave?
Margrave, by technical term, is a officer who is in a outlying territory and runs the military there to protect the borderlands. Right now, I'm actually just going to be, since Lisa's stationed up in Tyr's Hand with Ankarad, it is basically her second in command.
Oh, okay. So how do you advance in ranks in the guild? What do you have to do?
Well, to become military, all you have to do is show that you have some military background or you are willing to go in and fight, or as Ironfield says, break faces. You can break faces. To get into Dragon Claw or Dragon Wing, you actually have to be invited by one of the captains.
Okay, excellent. Well, wonderful. So, folks, when we come back, we're going to talk about their guild meetings and any guild events that they run. So, we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, and we are back. And so, Lisa, how often do you folks have guild meetings?
Guild meetings are going to become a weekly thing. We are trying to get a date or a day of the week that we can have the most people on. Since we're all from different states and different time zones, it's kind of hard sometimes, but we're trying.
Okay, sure. And guild events. What are you folks doing as far as guild events?
Guild events we've kind of slacked off on lately, but we usually do battles up in Lordaeron area, different things against the Scourge. We had a big one actually when I first started taking over, and which was a battle for Tyr's Hand, and we tried to get other guilds involved and everything, and it was really fun.
Well, excellent. And do you have anything planned for the future?
For the future, I have a few things that I've kind of been working on in the background, not really talking to the guild about because who knows what they would do to it. So I am trying to set things up, and actually after Thanksgiving, I'm taking a few days off work so I can work on some.
Oh, excellent. So the guild has some stuff to look forward to, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. So wonderful. So folks, when we come back, we are going to get to probably one of my favorite parts of interview with the guilds. We're going to ask the guild members what they enjoy about being in House Drache. So we'll be right back with that. All right, folks, and we are back. And again, we are going to be asking these fine folks what they enjoy about being in House Drache. And so the first one up we have is Derek Ironfield. Again, he is military of House Drache. He's currently in a good humor, probably, and from what we've seen tonight, he is. So we are lucky that we caught him in a good mood. And so we've asked Derek Ironfield what he enjoyed about being in the guild, and he said, let's see, there's the members for one. I mean, how many people will humor a nutball, tossing them in a moat and then tying them to a tree? And then the rest cover him while he feigns a pork chop ridden alibi. What a bunch of friends, which is excellent. He says the guild chat is, well, it's something. I can't really describe it in decent company, but it is worth a laugh or 15 on most days. Lastly, he says the events are all right, I suppose, but I prefer goofing around in the town more. There are a lot more personalities to see and mess with. And lastly, he says the people are primarily what keep me in this house, which is a wonderful, wonderful answer, sir, and thank you very much. Alrighty, folks, up next is Rena Anilus, nicknamed the Silver Bullet, medium rare, and so we'll go into that later. But for now, we asked her the same question. What do you enjoy about being in House Drache? And she says, well, I second what Iron said about the people. There is such a big diversity of personalities that just mix so well, often with very funny results that can't be mentioned in polite discussion. I first joined with the idea that I'd get to experience WoW-based politics, but that desire just got replaced by being around these people. I love every day because I know that at least one of these goofballs are going to make me laugh until my sides hurt. That about sums up my reason for sticking around. That and the really high-quality RP that comes up in the form of guild events. That's my take on it. Well, that's a wonderful take and an excellent answer. Thank you very much, ma'am. All right, folks, and we are back, and we have Lord Joros Ancard. He is the Margrave of House Drache, and he currently has Flexiblood covering his armor, and he seems quite cheerful. And he also has a moth with him, sir. What is the moth? What does that signify for you?
The moth isn't so much symbolism as it is sort of an essential character point. It's something that people kind of discover on accident what it is. It's not something that Joros talks about. It's not something that he explains openly. It's just something that is there and becomes important at certain points.
Okay, well, it sounds very interesting, and certainly something that, folks, if you run into Joros, might be something that you might be able to find out down the line. Well, sir, what do you enjoy about being in House Drache?
I think it's a combination of a couple factors. Most important for me when I joined is the guild has been, from the beginning, very flexible about the kind of RP. And the backstory of the guild actually ties in fairly well with Joros' backstory. So it was kind of a natural fit when I was looking for guilds. And, you know, as time has gone on, I just get along with people here. It's, you know, a fun environment. There's a lot of flexibility in the way we do things, the things that we do. There's a lot of variety, and you know, things are always pretty interesting.
Well, excellent, sir. That's a great answer. Thank you very much. And we are back with Marvin Gorn. He's the Dragonwing Captain, Honor Guard, SI7. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about being in House Drache?
Oh man, I'm probably beating a dead horse here, but I really do have to say it's definitely the people. As my predecessors so far have mentioned, most of the stuff that goes on in guild chat, not exactly something you want to talk about like all that openly, but it's definitely a riot most of the time. Aside from that, the guild events that I have been to so far have been amazing. Most of them have been a D&D style, organized primarily by Lisa herself. Unfortunately, because of work, I haven't been to as many as I'd like to.
Well, excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much. Next up is Lord Kenrick Terran. Is it Terran?
That's correct, Terran.
Excellent. He is the Lord Commander, Weapon Master, Argent Crusader, Fanged Mace, Dragon Wing of House Drache, and he is currently alert, watchful, and a quiet smile on his lips. What's the quiet smile for?
Events lately have been relatively entertaining, enough to keep him at a happy medium.
Oh, excellent. Love to hear that. And so, sir, the question goes to you. What do you enjoy about being in this guild, House Drache?
Like everybody pretty much has covered so far, the people have been absolutely amazing. I actually knew Lisa before coming into the guild, so getting to know everybody at this point in time has been a real pleasure. Aside from that, you have the couple of guild events that I have been to, as well as the guild meetings, have been involving everybody. There's not really anybody left out. Everybody tends to work pretty well together. Despite, some in-character conflicts between a few guild members, they've been resolved relatively quickly. It never leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. The role play has been absolutely fantastic. Out of game, people have been a blast. Everybody's friendly. It's always great to sit and talk with people. It's one of those things that you really look forward to the end of the day. When you get off work, you get on WoW, and you just pop up and you just enjoy everybody's comments. You enjoy the roleplay that happens. We consider ourselves pretty much a medium roleplay guild, but at the same time, a day won't go by where you can't find yourself roleplaying with somebody.
Well, that is a very good answer, sir. Thank you very much.
Very.
Next up is Lord Samuel James Sawyer, tattoo artist, hair of House Sawyer, dragon wing of House Drache. And, sir, what is the tattoo artist thing? What is that about?
Just a way for him to pass time.
Okay, excellent. And actually, before we get to the question, Turwinkle has a gift for you. He didn't wrap it, but he definitely wanted to give you something for your continued support that you've given throughout his episodes on the channel. And we've really enjoyed all the wonderful comments that you've given us throughout the series, and really want to thank you for your support of the series. I know that's kind of getting away from the question here, but we have a little gift for you, and I'm going to give that to you now. Now, if you've watched the episodes, you know Turwinkle doesn't like these. And so he's happy to give one to you. He tends to get quite a few sent to him. And so hopefully you'll be able to take him and use him and keep him away from Turwinkle.
Thanks.
You bet. And again, we want to thank you very much for all your support and comments throughout all of our episodes. And with that, we also want to come back to the question about House Drache. What do you enjoy about being in this guild?
It's mostly the people. The guild chat, like everyone else has said, can't really be spoke of in polite conversation. Everyone's pretty much friendly. But yeah, they are the main reason I stick around. Anyways, Lisa really leads the guild pretty well. She tries to be respectful and whatnot.
Well, excellent. Excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much. And again, thank you for your support of Turwinkle and his adventures. We really appreciate it. Alrighty, folks, and we have the Archduchess Lisa von Drache here. And so, Lisa, your question's a little different. What do you enjoy about leading this herd of gerbils, the House of Drache?
Well, I would have to say the people definitely make it worth it. Though sometimes I just kind of want to go and beat them all with a baseball bat. I don't know what's going on in Jill Chat. I'm going to click out of that actually. But I would have to say everybody in this guild is just great. They all help me out. There was a couple of times I lost my accounts because of monetary issues, and they stepped up and actually took over very well. Didn't let us kind of just die off. And they continued on storylines that we started and were able to bring me right back into it as soon as I got back. And I've been in guilds before where if the leader's gone for a week or so, they just kind of die off. People leave. They leave off on stories. They don't bring them back. They won't give everything. They won't give the guild back. Ankarad actually had complete control for a couple weeks, and he gave it back to me very willingly.
Okay, well, excellent. And you know, and I've said this in all my previous guild interviews, and I think it still holds true, is that how a guild is run determines basically its leadership, and you know, and how the people feel about being in that guild falls on you, the leader. And from what I've seen in between takes here tonight, and as we've gone along, everybody really enjoys being in this guild. And from the answers that we've received here tonight, they really enjoy coming in and just hanging out and having a great time. And so that, again, that falls back on you, and I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Well, thank you. I'd have to probably contest that because I don't think I'm doing a very good job.
Well, as everyone here has stated, they're still here, so they must believe in you and in the guild. And so, folks, when we come back, we're going to find some final thoughts on House Drache. So we'll be right back with that. All right, and we are back. And so, Lisa, is there anything you would like to add about House Drache that maybe we haven't covered here tonight?
I can't really think of anything, but if anybody else has anything, they're more than welcome to share it.
Provided. I'm gonna slip in here real fast and just, you know, anybody who's watching this or interested in joining the house, more than welcome to join us. It's already been stated, you know, out of character, and kind of see how we roll and possibly be interested. We're more than welcome and happy to always have new faces, as well as anybody else who might be interested in joining up with us.
Well, excellent. Alrighty, folks, so when we come back, we're going to give our goodbyes to House Drache, so we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And we want to thank every one of these fine folks here for taking the time tonight to sit here and answer all of Turwinkle's pestering questions. They've been very patient and a lot of fun. I wish you folks could have joined us in between the takes to see all the crazy antics that were going on here. This is a fun group. And so if you folks are looking for just a guild that not only does some very interesting RP, but is just a blast to hang out with, this is definitely a guild to come and join. They're open to meeting new people, and so if you're new to Wyrmrest Accord or want to come to Wyrmrest Accord and are looking for a fun guild to join, again, I highly recommend coming to talk to House Drache. So thank you very much, Lisa. It's been just a blast tonight.
Well, thank you for having us. It's been a lot of fun for us, and it's been fun getting to know these guys even more.
You bet. And again, this is the first night that you folks have been able to really chat and vent, isn't it?
It is, actually.
Well, that's wonderful. So hopefully that will continue on down the line, and again, even more fun for you folks to enjoy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see Turwinkle back in the hinterlands with his final thoughts on this wonderful, wonderful guild. Alrighty, folks, and we made it safe and sound back to the hinterlands. Well, Turwinkle, what a great group, weren't they?
Affirmative.
You bet. We had a lot of fun, so let's give them a nice thank you.
Allow me to express my deepest thanks.
You bet. So, folks, again, a great guild, the House Drache Guild. If you're looking for a fun group of people to hang out with, again, look them up if you're not in a guild, and they'll be more than happy to take a look at your interview and see if you'll fit, and if you do, you're in for a fun time. Well, folks, if you like this episode or you like House Drache, give a big thumbs up and click that like button. If you'd like to comment on this episode or any of our previous episodes, do so right below. Let us know how we're doing, whether we're doing things right or we're doing things wrong. Just let us know. And finally, please subscribe. We'd love to have you, and join Team Turwinkle. So hit that subscription button and join the fun. So Turwinkle, excellent job tonight, sir. You did a great job as always. And sir, we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Turwinkle. Bye-bye.